back in the day, on the scene, it used to be easier for cats to make it happen, you know. And nowadays, there's so many students coming out in the scene, and there's an influx of musicians in New York, and it's becoming harder and harder for everyone on the scene to really make things happen. So, you tell us about what you think could be a solution to solve some of the issues that are going on for musicians in New York nowadays.
What do you mean when you say make things happen? You mean like as far as having gigs and doing
having gigs like and working and just, you know.
Man, I think that, you know, first for me, I think that if the musicians would pay more attention to what the people want to hear, you know, and more so, not so much what they want to play.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, then that would make a big difference, because there are a lot of people who aren't even into music who say, well, I don't really like jazz because it's like noise to me, you know, because a lot of times the musicians go so, they want to prove themselves so bad, and they want to have their own voice so bad that it gets to a point to where they're going over people's heads with music. And music should be fun, it should be beautiful, you know. And I think that the way to really learn how to do that is always be a student, instead of, you know, all of a sudden I'm going to make my own voice. You know, I'm going to be an innovator. You can't really say you're going to be an innovator. It comes naturally by the amount of things that you learn and that you pick up, you know, along the way. And you're always a student, you know. I say get back to the basics. Learn tunes, learn standards, learn how to play harmony. Learn how to play time, you know. Doing these kind of very simple things that are often overlooked because they're so simple. And people feel like, well, I already got that, but you don't already got that. You never get that. You're still always trying to get that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like getting back to the basics and learning the fabric of this music, which is, you know, a lot of things that have already been played. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, there's so much information in something like, just something like a tune like Shiny Stockings. You know, a lot of information there, a lot of different ways to approach that. You know. And some of the young cats are familiar. How High the Moon
with the songs, you know. These are.
I thought I knew How High the Moon, and then Betty Carter called it in the key of B.
That's rough, you know. And you know, with cats in the jam sessions nowadays, because I've noticed that you take a good job of leading cats in the sessions. What do you think it is that students aren't really learning in school?
A lot of what I just said. They don't know tunes, standards. You know, the Great American Songbook, and even beyond that, you know. Thelonious Monk, Charlie Parker, Dexter Gordon, you know. Their music. And, you know, just like the basic ways of playing harmony, you know. Just playing harmony, being on the inside of the harmony, you know, being very melodic.
Sure.
You know, that's a lot of what's missing, you know.
And for people who also aren't familiar, you pioneer some really new music. You do stuff. I know you have the foundation, but you do a lot of new stuff. You do.
That's how I learned how to create what I create, by applying myself to, you know, the melodic approach of playing, and the blues, you know. Things that are very, you know, it seems like very basic, you know, like, oh yeah, well I can overlook that, but you can't. You have to get right in that.
That's
what it's all about.